Welcome to Hater Proof, a podcast for self-improvement and good listening parts. You're tuned in to shake the haters off and be truthful to ourselves. Remember to stay hater proof and stay tuned. If you are a hater, exit immediately. Shake it off, vigorously and intentionally, and also wisely. Proof is in the pudding. This podcast, distributing hater-proof audio content via the internet, is dedicated to self-improvement, current news is headline, and the host's personal touch on how, why to get and remain hater-proof. It is not for the haters. You'll find these episode titles are also hater-proof traits, and they will describe you if you aren't a hater. This podcast is an after-hours extension of Hearth Business. Hearth Business provides dynamic and timeless administrative solutions. It's part of the nonprofit and health and wellness division. Scared yet? Is this spooky season spooking you? There's nothing sweet here for haters. We're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. The nature of a nightmare. Very frightening. Speaking to a hater-proof culture from last episode, we should definitely be more of a community and not think that we are alone in this battle against hate. We are individuals and solely make our own decisions. But a hater-proof culture is one that can be upsetting to a hater, because it involves the coming together of a people to withstand hatred, and it can definitely be a nightmare to them. This is Nightmare. Enjoy the episode. Hater Proof is on Apple, Acast, Pocket Cast, and Spotify is the podcast host currently. So it's published on Spotify firstly, then you can listen on the other platforms shortly thereafter. Hater Proof is in your friendly neighborhood search engine, and so is Hearth Business. We're getting optimized, people. www.hearthbusiness.com or type Linktree at Hearth Business in your search bar. That's right. Put it in your browser and stroke it. Keystrokes, that is. Currents in the headlines. These are headlines with a bit of overview. These are not my opinions, unless I actually speak to my opinion on the matter. The credit is due to the writers of these articles. So for alternative headline, adapt or fall behind. The strategic role of AI for forward-thinking CFOs. CFOs are evolving from financial stewards to strategic leaders by adopting technologies like generative AI, which transforms processes, enhances decision-making, and drives innovation. As economic challenges grow, AI offers CFOs the ability to automate tasks, predict trends, and identify risks, helping them stay competitive while managing complexities. The key takeaway is that embracing AI not only boosts operational efficiency, but also unlocks new growth opportunities, positioning finance leaders as agents of digital transformation. In sports, Bronny James and LeBron James make history in Los Angeles Lakers season opener. Perfect day. Bronny James made his NBA debut for the Los Angeles Lakers, playing alongside his father, LeBron James, in a historic moment as the first father-son duo to share an NBA court. LeBron called it a perfect day, marking the fulfillment of his long-stated goal to play with his son in the NBA. While Bronny had limited playing time in the game, his presence on the court with his father made it a memorable milestone in basketball history. NFL, tonight the Vikings and Rams play in Week 8. All of the other games will be on Sundays, so probably should be a lot of football parties going on. Esports, Southern Miss Esports, opportunities for all. Southern Miss Esports offers a growing community where students can engage in gaming, learning, and development with opportunities beyond competitive play. The program, which has expanded significantly since its 2020 inception, includes roles in media production, streaming, and game commentary, ensuring there's a place for everyone interested in esports. Top 45 games trends in October. October 2024 gaming trends highlight advancements in portable gaming solutions, community-driven platforms, and professional esports opportunities. Notable trends include nostalgic innovations like the foldable Game Boy Flip and a modernized revival of Flappy Bird, alongside advancements in gaming peripherals such as Hall Effect keyboards and next-gen handheld devices. When does Call of Duty Black Ops 6 release? Early access and pre-downloading. Call of Duty Black Ops 6 6 is set to be released on October 25th, 2024 across multiple platforms, including PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, PC, Xbox One, and Xbox Series XS. Players who pre-order the game digitally can begin preloading it on October 21st at 9 a.m. Although there is no official early access, some players find a workaround to play as early as October 24th at 4 a.m. For those on Steam or Battle.net, the game will become playable at 9 p.m. on October 24th. This is a much anticipated game, and I like to play it too. Maybe I'll get a chance to. Financial headline. Transcript of World Economic Outlook October 2024 press briefing. Remember the World Economic Reports I spoke of last episode? Here's a summary for you. The IMF's latest World Economic Outlook highlights that the global fight against inflation is nearly won, with inflation expected to drop to 3.5% by 2024, though risks remain from geopolitical tensions, trade policies, and supply shocks. Advanced economies are projected to hit inflation targets by 2025, while progress varies in emerging markets, especially in regions facing conflicts or climate shocks. The report stresses the need for a policy shift, focusing on monetary easing, fiscal responsibility, and growth-enhancing reforms to mitigate risks and sustain economic resilience. Bitcoin price history 2009 to 2024. Bitcoin's price history has been marked by significant volatility, experiencing rapid rises and sharp declines since its creation in 2009. After a slow start, it gained widespread attention during 2013 to 2017, hitting highs of $19,000. While regulatory pressures and market sentiment led to steep corrections, Bitcoin rebounded, reaching $64,000 in 2021 before facing challenges from rising interest rates and regulatory crackdowns. By 2024, Bitcoin had transitioned from being viewed as a currency to a store of value, often referred to as digital gold. We'll now go over the stock quote data for the last 2 weeks or 10 days, which I've included Bitcoin. This episode's investing. Reminder, this information is from a popular source and I am only informing of investing opportunities. I am not your financial advisor. Go ahead and take this over here to my spreadsheet. The following insight is from a 10-day period. Microsoft dropped considerably on October 22nd at its close and open the next day, and Meta did the opposite on closing day, October 22nd, for whatever reasoning. Seemed interesting, but I didn't find anything making waves about it. All of the Magnificent Seven are strong buys, except for Apple, which is a moderate buy, and Tesla, which is a hold. So the median price for these Magnificent Seven stocks for the 10-day period was $219.95. That's the middle price. In the range, it's the middle price, $219. The minimum price, $131.84. Maximum, $607.39. The highest change was 9.4%, and the lowest change was negative 8.9%. Both of those changes are from Tesla, which was the lowest change was at the beginning of this 10-day period on October 11th, and the highest change was today, October 24th. So they had a big change in their stock. In my opinion, it would be beneficial to invest in a Bitcoin. Here are the stats for a 10-day period. The middle price was $67,182.04. The lowest price, $60,607.19. Highest price, $68,498.97. The highest change was 5.8%. The lowest change was negative 1.0%. Another thing about Bitcoin is that it went up 3% today from yesterday. That's about a $2,000 increase to $68,000 and some change for Bitcoin. Lastly, in regards to those election stocks I was speaking of, here are their 10-day stats. GTN, average share price $5.67, high at $5.92, low at $5.44. TTD, the average share price $118.14, the high $118.94, and the low $116.99. Meta, of course, I talked about Meta already, but their average share price $581.54. Their high was $607.39, and their low was $565.70. And for what I could tell, you would only really gain if you were to buy a considerable amount of these shares. GTN, TTD, and Meta, and the election is less than 2 weeks away, but there's definitely an outlook that the campaign trails will get hotter closer to the election. Art and entertainment. Snoop Dogg's voice is so smooth singing this Eagles hit with Reba, Gwen, and Bublé. Season 26 of The Voice kicked off with the performance of the Eagles classic Heartache Tonight by coaches Snoop Dogg, Reba McEntire, Gwen Stefani, and newcomer Michael Bublé. Each coach brought their unique style to the performance, with Snoop adding providing smooth vocals, Bublé delivering his signature croon, McIntyre adding her country touch, and Stephanie bringing an upbeat energy. Reba, entering her third season as a coach, emphasized that she selects her team based on the emotional connection to their performances, aiming to choose artists who truly touch the audience's hearts. It would have been nice if Snoop had busted out in a rhyme though, and I think people were expecting that and he didn't want to do it maybe. All the US tours from Latin artists announced for 2024 updating. In 2024, numerous Latin artists across various genres, including reggaeton, música mexicana, and pop, are set to tour the US following a successful year in 2023. Major names like Bad Bunny, who announced his Most Wanted US tour, and Brazilian star Anitta, who completed her Ballet Funk Experience tour, are among the headliners. Other artists like Ana Barbara, Ivan Cornejo, Ha Ash, and Young Miko are also scheduled to perform across the country. President Biden to award National Medals of Arts. On October 21st, 2024, President Biden awarded the 2022 and 2023 National Medals of Arts and the National Humanities Medals in a private White House ceremony. The National Medal of Arts, the highest U.S. government award for contributions to the arts, will be presented to individuals like Missy Elliott, Eva Longoria, Spike Lee, and Steven Spielberg, among others. The event was live streamed with remarks from President Biden, First Lady Dr. Jill Biden, and arts and humanities leaders. Nonprofit orgs aid military families with pets, service animals. Two Arizona-based organizations, Soldiers' Best Friend and the Arizona Humane Society, AHS, support military families and their pets. AHS's Project Active Duty provides foster care for pets of deployed service members, ensuring peace of mind during deployment. Soldiers' Best Friend rescues and trains shelter dogs as service animals for veterans with PTSD and traumatic brain injuries, fostering a healing bond. The organization has helped over 400 veterans and rescued over 300 dogs. They also host events like the Veteran Dog Fair, offering free service to veterans and their pets. You can find both organizations on azcapitaltimes.com. U.S. investigating apparent leak of top-secret U.S. documents about Israel. U.S. officials are investigating the leak of two top-secret documents revealing American intelligence monitoring Israeli preparations for a potential strike on Iran. While the documents appear authentic, the assessment of any potential damage to national security is still ongoing, and the leak follows similar recent breaches of classified information. At least 3,000 North Korean soldiers now inside Russia, U.S. says. At least 3,000 North Korean soldiers have reportedly arrived in eastern Russia, and U.S. officials believe they may soon be involved in the conflict against Ukraine. This development reflects deepening ties between North Korea and Russia, which has raised concerns about a significant escalation in the war. Health and wellness. E. coli outbreak linked to McDonald's Quarter Pounders. An E. coli outbreak linked to McDonald's Quarter Pounder hamburgers has affected 49 people across 10 states, with 10 hospitalizations and 1 death. McDonald's has temporarily stopped using slivered onions and quarter-pound beef patties in certain states, including Colorado and Nebraska, while investigators work to identify the contaminated ingredient. The CDC, FDA, and USDA are collaborating with McDonald's to determine the source of the contamination. And those are the headlines in the news, making waves. It's your current. Upcoming holidays. For the celebratory things of today and tomorrow. It's Disarmament Week, which brings to the forefront an important agenda of the United Nations to bring about world peace. It's also Bologna Day, National Food Day, and National Jamaican Jerk Day. I'm not a fan of bologna, but I'm definitely a fan of Jamaican jerk. It's National Food Day. I mean, definitely celebratory. It's always good to celebrate food. I mean, you have these holidays that are also feasts, you know, where people gather around and eat food. And then the holidays are coming, you know, Thanksgiving. That's that's a feast of Thanksgiving. Christmas, you know, always eating on Christmas too. Just gotta make sure you control your intake, I guess, or make sure you exercise for New Year. That's what brings on those New Year resolutions of losing weight, because all the holiday eating. It's National Food Day today, and National Jamaican Jerk Day. Tomorrow, celebrate National Chucky Day. You celebrate on October 25th every year. This annual celebration of the iconic character from the Child's Play franchise. It's for all fans of slasher and horror films. and especially for the fans of Chucky and all the movies he's appeared in. Chucky's definitely up there with the scariest spooky season. And don't forget the bride of Chucky. She's pretty scary too. It's also National Fine Art Appreciation Day tomorrow, National Greasy Foods Day. Not too much though, careful with that. National I Care About You Day, and also World Pasta Day. Seems like the feasting shall commence, being the holiday season is upon us. It's ready to be celebrated these next few months. Trick or treat, which do you choose? Halloween is next Thursday, so get in costume and celebrate if you can. Be scary to those that hate and oppress you as well. It's also Diwali and Deepavali, which is the Hindu festival of lights, next Thursday. On November 1st, it's All Saints Day, and the first day of American Indian Heritage Month. All Souls Day is November 2nd, with B.R.R.H on November 3rd. Remember that daylight saving time ends on Sunday, November 3rd. And Election Day is on November 5th, so make sure you do what is necessary for the advancement of this great country. Chhat Puja is on November 7th. Veterans Day is on November 11th. Then, of course, Thanksgiving is on November 28th. Speaking of, I'd like to give you the holiday schedule for the rest of this year for this Hater-Proof podcast. So after this episode, there will be a bonus episode for both Thanksgiving and Christmas. There will then be another bonus episode published at midnight to bring in 2025 with you. The trailer for season 4 of Hater-Proof will be at the beginning of next year. A Happy New Year. The trailer for season 4 of Hater-Proof will be at the beginning of next year, followed by the first episode on my birthday, January 30th, 2025. Happy birthday to me. Wouldn't you know that it is the Thursday as well? Awesome. So episode 2 of season 4 will be on Friday, February 14, 2025 for Valentine's Day, because that is so romantic. Then episodes will start bi-weekly on Fridays after Valentine's Day. And we'll do this all over again in 2025. It'll be another hater-proof year. Make sure to celebrate responsibly and accordingly. If a holiday is one that you want and can celebrate, observing holidays, celebratory holidays. Happy holidays. Word up. Electron. The electron is a subatomic particle that is found in all atoms. Unlike protons, neutrons, or the nuclei of atoms, electrons are elementary particles. This means they are not made of even smaller particles. Also, unlike proteins and neutrons, electrons have essentially no mass. The electrons zip through the wire, powering the device with its tiny but essential burst of energy. Electron. Conspiracy or nah? Conspiracy theory claiming that COVID-19 treatments like remdesivir are killing patients has led some to reject effective medications in favor of unproven alternatives. B.R.R.H, a former chiropractor, has promoted the bizarre idea that COVID-19 is caused by snake venom injected by the Catholic Church and CDC, despite the lack of evidence. Artist profits from these claims by selling his own supplements, contributing to misinformation that may be costing lives. It just seems that this would be extremely harmful and definitely has the characteristics of a conspiracy theory. Just to think back to 2020 when there was like a halt to everything in human society around the world, and then to have a vaccine that actually adds to the deaths of the disease. That is diabolical. But conspiracy or nah? Facts or opinion? Being a talker and not a walker will guarantee you a spot on the Hall of Shame, especially if you look to others to do all the walking for you. Is this facts or just my opinion? G and God. Did God really want Abraham to sacrifice his son? This is such a big topic because God is supposed to be compassionate and loving. Think about this. God spends 30 years on the earth and learned the same way everyone else did to tell you what to do and what not to do. I mean, it seems pretty ballsy to me. This is called respect the G and God, though. And I feel like this happens a lot, including with Abraham, where God is maybe testing you. Or maybe Abraham was on a mushroom trip. Either way, for God to be able to have the power to instill the bravery for us to make the most hardest decisions is indubitably gangster. You ain't gotta respect it, but you gonna learn today. Solid. 2024 BET Hip Hop Awards was held on October 15, 2024 as the 18th installment of the BET Hip Hop Awards to recognize the best in hip hop music of 2024. The ceremony was taped in Las Vegas, Nevada on October 8th and broadcast on BET the following week on October 15th. The awards were hosted by Fat Joe. I just want to give credit to the production of the show because it reflected hip hop of today on the most recent years. I enjoyed the snippets because I definitely did not watch the broadcast. Not that I didn't prefer to, but I had other things going on. Besides, there are plenty of platforms to catch up. It's just good to know we still have productions to celebrate music for black entertainment, young and old. Solid to BET. BBW. You think God is black? I figure if he was the opposite of that, like shades lighter, a considerable amount of lighter shading, he wouldn't have been slain or beat or all those horrible things the Bible says he went through. No matter how much research has been done, is there really any substantial evidence to proclaim a definite quote and quote race? I have air quotes here around race. It may be controversial to say it, but being God, that's being black and winning. Black in history. On this day, 1892, more than 25,000 black workers are said to have joined a worker strike in New Orleans to protest working conditions, lynchings, and other social ills. 1935, fascist Italy invades Ethiopia, at the time one of only 2 independent countries in Africa. U.S. blacks were among thousands protesting worldwide. Powerful Harlem, New York pastor Adam Clayton Powell Sr. was among those seeking aid for Ethiopia. Ethiopian Emperor Haile Selassie spoke at his church. 1935, Mulatto opens on Broadway in New York City. The play, written by famed black poet Langston Hughes, became the first long-run black play on Broadway. 1948, Kwesi Fume is born Frizzle Gray in Baltimore, Maryland. He became a congressman, head of the NAACP, but later lost a bid for a seat in the U.S. Senate. 1964, the African nation of Zambia becomes independent from white colonial rule. Tomorrow in history. 1940, the Black Newspaper Owners Group, the NNPA, National Newspaper Publishers Association, is founded. Black in history. My 2 cents. It's definitely a good investment to get some shares of those stocks I mentioned in a previous episode ahead of the coming election. My 2 cents. I'm really glad I have this podcast that broadcasts the hater-proof culture to all those who care to listen. Hershey. I don't have kisses for everybody, especially not you weirdos. I hope I scare the bejesus out of you. Leaving on a high note. One night when it was cold and foggy. Not going to do it. I've written a short story. Go read my book that's on Amazon. The link is at the bottom of Linktree/heart business. It's called P.S. Love Hurts, but there will be more short stories coming, and I have some nightmarish tales I could write to chill your bones. But read P.S. Love Hurts for now. Have a splendid Halloween. We'll meet again on Thanksgiving. But I still hope you've been very frightened of this nightmarish woman. Happy Halloween. Still hater proof. This is the end, my friend. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed this show. Be good, be encouraged, and always party responsibly. Thanks again. Listen again, and stay hater proof. Till the next episode. To the next episode.